We're spending more time online than ever before, whether you're watching videos on YouTube, streaming Netflix, playing and downloading games, whatever we're talking about, we are online more than ever before. And as one of those things, having a reliable internet connection, well, it can prevent things like disconnecting when you're in a match, can affect your download speed, can affect having files get corrupted because you lost internet connectivity. That's where having a good Wi-Fi router can make your life a whole lot simpler. Hey everybody, Gary here from Rocksolid Productions. I appreciate you stopping by and checking out our video that we have today. I hope you find it useful. Now, one of the easiest ways to improve your overall Wi-Fi performance is not just to go with a good Wi-Fi router, but a mesh router system. What that does is allows you to put multiple devices throughout your home that basically acts as a repeater type system to make sure you have the coverage that you are looking for. Now, the folks over at Taotronics sent us this here. This is their whole home mesh Wi-Fi system, and they actually sent us this as we were getting ready to move from our old location to our new location. So this video, a little bit delayed, sorry, but what I am excited about this is my Wi-Fi needs are now different than what I had before. Previously, my Wi-Fi modem and router were in the same room where you saw me film all of those videos. Now, my modem and router are upstairs one floor above me. We have our bedroom on a top floor, and I'm now downstairs in a basement. I have found with my old router, I don't always get the best coverage, especially down here. That's where something like this can definitely come in handy. It basically takes your signal and uses repeaters to ensure that you are going to get the best signal possible. One tip for you as well, if you are setting up a new internet installation or new Wi-Fi, try to get your main Wi-Fi router as high as possible. The signal essentially falls as it broadcasts and receives. So if you're on a 3-level house, you want it on the very top. Just something that may help you overall. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to unbox this, see how this comes out of the box, and we're going to compare the speeds of this to our existing router and then to the router that's built in to our new fiber modem. Now, I have to admit that new fiber modem that we have from CCG, I think is the name of our new ISP. I don't remember. I know I had i3 broadband before. They were wonderful. Comcast, not so much. But I've gotten very good results out of that existing one, at least on the main floor and the upper floor, but downstairs here, not quite so much. So let's go ahead, let's hit the bench, let's see how this comes out of the box, and let's do some testing. So looking at the box for the Taotronics AC3000 tri-band mesh router, it's pretty elegant in its simplicity. I mean, there's not a whole lot on the back, but the side is where we're gonna learn a whole lot about this thing. Here you can see your different speeds based on the band. So 2.4 gigahertz will always have better penetration through walls and such, but a slower speed. So 400 megabits there. You'll get 866 megabits on the 5 gigahertz and 1733 megabits on 5.8. Wi-Fi speeds up to 3000 megabits. Now, some people may not know how to do the math and everything. I have 1 gig service. That would be 1000 megabits per second. So this can go handle 3 times the speed of what I'm paying for. Wireless standards for your 2.4, 5, and 5.8 gigahertz. Supports IEEE 802.11ac, 4x4 Wave 2 Wi-Fi, and has the other information all down here. So on the back, the whole thing here is a whole home mesh system, and that's the thing, is we want to kill dead zones in our Wi-Fi network, and that's the first bullet here, Wi-Fi dead zone killer. Using a mesh Wi-Fi system, you can blanket your entire home in high performance Wi-Fi speeds, has fast speeds. The AC3000 Wi-Fi powers up to 3 gigabits of streaming HD videos, gaming, or internet surfing and downloads. So for streaming, whether you are uploading a stream yourself, whether you are playing an online game, that's where that becomes important to you. Unbeatable bandwidth, never stress about poor Wi-Fi performance when you have friends over again. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open this up. Now, one thing I will say too about other mesh systems I've used, and I've used the one directly from Comcast, sucked, and I also use the Google Home Mesh, they tend to work better the more that you use it or the longer that you use it, because it uses an algorithm essentially to learn your performance, your speeds, and it tailors the output based on that. There's a lot of little boxes in here. 1 router, 2 router, 3 3 router. All right, so there we have the units themselves. We're gonna set those aside because we know what those are. We have 3 different AC adapters, one for each, obviously. This is probably our network cable, I would guess. That's exactly what it is. Flat too, so if you have to go under carpets and whatnot, it's actually nice. I like that. And technology enhances life. We shall see about that. So just taking a quick look at the manual. Walks through your safety. Shows you the USB ports for connected and external devices for NAS network. So basically you can use a hard drive as a network storage. Supports USB flash and hard drive data transfer and is FAT32 or NTFS that it can power, and it provides 1 amp output current to compatible devices. Reset button walks through Ethernet ports, knowing your router as far as the different LED lights. Network mode, the whole home mesh Wi-Fi system creates a whole mesh network in different access points that can be formed in a satellite, chain, and series. Satellite's misspelled there, just want to point that out. With this network, the SSID is unified. The wireless device can also freely connect to the node with the best signal for data transfers. So I am not a fan of this. So for example, I like having my 2.4 gigahertz as a separate network from my 5.8. That way I have low priority devices like my Google Homes. I have those connected to my 2.4 gigahertz. They don't need a whole lot of speed. So I'm not a fan of that. And that's one of the things I did not like about the Comcast setup. Set up your router. You can download and install the TT Router app. Search for TT Router in the Google Play or Apple Store. And then it walks you through how to go ahead and log in, your connections. You assign a room to each device, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's take a look at the routers themselves. So from a design aesthetic, I actually really like it. I know it's just a big white blob, and I don't know if it's just a chrome feed or what. This reminds me of a refrigerator from like the 50s or 60s, so I dig that. Here you can see it has the USB port along with your LAN and WAN ports, your power input, power on off, and a reset button. So that would be our main one that we would connect to our modem. I'm interested to see if the other two have those same ports or if those are unique to the home unit, as it were. No, same ports, excellent. So what I like about this is I can set one next to my PS5 and have a pseudo hardwired connection to the network. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm guessing this one is going to be more of the same. And it is. So good to see that it's essentially one unit essentially that shared this design amongst all 3 of them. So if you ever need a 4th one, or say you go with a 2 and you find you need a 3rd, you can pick up just another individual one of these and be good to go. Power cord should be pretty simple to check out here. And some of you may like the white, some of you may not. White will attract dirt, no arguments there. Just a pretty simple AC adapter here. Put 12 volt, 2.5 amps. So almost the same as the Switch. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna download the app right now. We're diving into our Google Pixel 6 Pro. Go into the Play Store. And the name of the app again was TT Router. So TT Router. And we will install that. And here you can kind of see, this is, I'm sure this is a fairly lightweight platform and everything. It is taking quite a while for me to download it here in the basement, even with quite a bit of signal in the upper right hand corner. There it is installed. There's Taotronics, and it will ask you to sign in. And there you can see our email notification. Copy back into the app, paste that code, log in. Let's see, a modem is device. Okay, this is really simple stuff. So let's begin. What I'll need, that stuff there. Power off the modem. Oh, this is walking you through everything pretty simple here. So power off the modem, plug in the router here. Check your modem, wait for about 2 minutes for the modem to start up. Wait until it wakes up with a green light flashing on the top. It'll take less than 2 minutes. connect the cable to the modem, and now it's going to search for our device, which we are going to go ahead and get set up. So we've switched to our phone here. So I want to show you, this is our existing router. It is a Linksys EA8300. It's been decent, and as you can see, we still have plenty of boxes we're going through. But we're going to go ahead and we are going to plug everything in to our router right down here, or our modem right down here. So here we have our modem and everything hooked up, and we're going to put the Taotronic, basically the main unit, right next to it. There's still boxes and whatnot around in the room where this is, so I don't have anything final set here. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring you over here. I'm going to unplug both the existing router and the modem, and now you can see the modem itself is powered off. What we're also going to do is connect our existing router from position 1 to position 2 as far as the Ethernet ports. That way I can leave it plugged in and be able to compare the speeds one versus the other. Here is our included Ethernet cord, which we will go ahead and plug into our router in just a moment. So on the back again, we have our input and then 3 outputs, 12 volt DC and power and USB. So we're going to plug our LAN connection right in there. Plug in our power cord here, turn this around, come back up here and connect our other 2 units. And as soon as it shows that we have service here, we'll go ahead and plug in the AC adapter for the Taotronics route. And it just went from red to green here, so we are online. And we're going to bring around our power cord here, plug it on in. From here, reach behind, hit the power button, and neat multicolor LED, white right now. We're going to wait for that to turn green before we go and set up the other units. Alright, so at that point we're going to go set up the other units, as we do have the flashing green. And now we're going to get the other 2 set up, and then we'll set up our network. Again, still lots of boxes we are going through. There will eventually be a desk here. There we go, we got flashy, so let's go set up our last one downstairs. Even down here, I've still got quite a bit of boxes to take care of. But we're getting there. So there we go. Now let's dive back into the app. All right, there it is. It has found our device. Gives me the serial number, so I can go ahead and match which unit is in which room. So in this one, last 4 digits, 1570, and it is identifying everything. We can name what this is. This is going to go on our main floor, so we will type that in here. It's going to double check that it is connected to my network without any issues. And if you have the wrong unit plugged into your modem, it's going to throw an error such as this. I went and checked the serial numbers on all of my units, and I just had to move the one that I had installed in the game room up and connect that one directly to my modem. Now that I've got everything set up and configured like it needs to, I'm going to enter my Wi-Fi network name. Now, should I call this Rock Solid? No, I'm not going to do that. Normally what I do is I actually use Star Wars base names for the name of my Wi-Fi network. So I've used Hoth, I've used Yavin 4. For this one here, we're going to use Hoth because I use Echo Station for one of my other networks. For Wi-Fi password, I'm going to go ahead and set that. You don't need to know what it is, just know that I have it set. We'll go ahead and create the network then. Creating Wi-Fi network, please wait. Will take about 2 minutes, which we're not going to make you wait those 2 minutes. I am connected to my network, and as you can see here, I have my Wi-Fi turned on my phone, connecting to Hoth, and there it is. We are connected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to speed test and just see how fast the internet service is. And first things first is we are going to go ahead and check on the new Taotronics router to check the speeds. I use the speed test app. I like it. I think it works really, really well, and Holy crap, over 500 megabits. Now, I think I mentioned earlier that I do have a 1 gig pipe, and I am literally sitting right next to the router, so there's like no distance between me and the router, but 400, almost 500 megabits down, tickling 450 megabits up, only 3 milliseconds ping, good jitter, overall, very good results. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to my router that is built into the Wi-Fi modem itself. Just for comparison's sake, now I'm going to go ahead. You can see Echo Station. I do Star Wars names for my Wi-Fi. This is the Wi-Fi network that's actually built into the fiber modem itself. Very comparable speeds, and I am also sitting right next to this. They're very close to each other, as you saw in the other footage. So, you know, it peaked at that 500 and then came down to 460. Upload speeds over 500. So, as you can see, I've got a pretty good built-in Wi-Fi as it is. So next up, we're going to check the speeds through our old router here, which again, we're sitting 1.5 feet, 2 feet from. And as you can see, it's actually taken quite a while for me just to connect to do the test. Ping is at 4 milliseconds, slightly higher. Speeds, yeah, 350, 330 now, 340. So considerably slower there. Upload speeds, a lot slower. 142. So we're comparing this to, we were pushing 450, 500 on both the upload and download on both the built-in router that is in the modem itself and the Taotronics one. So definitely not as good as what I was getting through those with my old router. Oh, looks like we have a firmware update, so we're going to go ahead and do that. It is finished now. It is showing one networking router and one device online. And here you can see this is my main floor. Now I still need to go ahead and add the other 2 routers to here, and I've got to double check the serial numbers to make sure that I'm getting the right router with the right spot. So here we are now down in the game room, and we're going to add another router. Again, I've verified what serial number is with what router here. And this one is now successfully added. And it lets you know whether or not you are too far or if you are in a good range from the original unit. So we have that one configured. Now we're going to go upstairs to where we're going to have the final unit close to where our bedroom is in our what'll be Ginger's office, actually. So let's go ahead. We'll get that set up. So this one is now named Studio. Now you can see I have 2 of my 3 networking routers set up now. My upstairs is online. My studio one, I still need to go into the settings. I can change the channels and everything on here, turn the LED indication on and off as I see fit. Now, one of the things I do as well is I have an app called Wi-Fi Analyzer, and it lets me know what networks are on what channels in and around my home. So here you can see like channels 36, 40, 44, 48 are pretty clear on the 5 gigahertz side of things. And if I move to the 2.4 gigahertz band, it looks like channels 13, 14, 6 are about the best ones. So I'm going to go ahead and go in my settings and change to those channels, or try to get as close to those as I can. So to access that, you go into settings, and then you would go into radio settings, and it allows you to go ahead and set the channels. Default, it is all set to auto. I don't like that. I want to make sure that I go ahead and I have clear channels as much as possible. So we're going to set this one to 40 and 11. Looks like 40 is clear. 11 has some noise around it, but I think we'll be okay for now. Don't forget to hit save while you are in here, just to make sure that you do your settings. Now that we have the channel set, we're going to do another speed test down in the basement. And this, we're starting off, first of all, with the Taotronics router. Ping is 4 milliseconds. Speed is 250 or 270, it looks like. Not too bad. And then upload speed is over 300. That's pretty rock solid, eh? So, all right, not bad for speeds there on the Taotronics. Now we're going to change our internet router settings again. We're going to go off of Hoth, and we are going to go to Echo Station 5 gigahertz. And now let's check and see what the built-in router that we have with our modem is. 4 milliseconds ping. A bit of fluctuation there. Started off slow, getting more consistent now. Jitter is 31 milliseconds, so we are getting a little bit of noise and whatnot, but 260, 270 megabits download. Looks like about 230, 245 upload, so not terrible, but having that repeater down in the basement is going to provide better service. Now let's check our existing router that we had been using here, and we will switch over to that right now, and we will switch to Yavin 4. Having some issues connected. There it is, finally connected to our other router. Go back to speed test, start a new one. Much like before, you can see it's taking a little bit longer to kind of kick the test off. 3 millisecond ping, so better ping. Half the speed though, 130, 140. There's 100. That's getting better. It's started out slow, but it is improving. Let's see what our loss is as we get through this as well. For upload speed, so we were 155 down. Yeah, 80. Ooh, that is not doing great on the upload side of things. And 0% loss. Jitter was 1 millisecond, so the jitter was worse on the built-in router. So here you can see what we've gotten so far. 276 down, 295 up for the Taotronics router, 267 down, 245 up for the built-in router, and then 155 and 88 for our old router that we have here. So definitely an improvement across the board with the Taotronics router. So there you have it, my look at the Taotronics whole home mesh system. And now there is the 2 and the 3 repeater setup, basically. I know that's not the correct term, but we have basically 2 devices, or 3. I have the 3, obviously, here. So if you don't need, like say you have a ranch level home and you just need a main floor and a basement, that 2 should do it for you. Something like me, I need all 3. What do I think of the overall performance? Well, I'll say first and foremost, my Linksys EA8300 here, well, this is actually going to be handed down to my father-in-law. This is one of those things where it has worked well for me for a while. This is consistently better overall than what I was experiencing here. The fact that it does have, that extra repeater down here in the basement, the signal is so much better. It was on par on the main floor and the top floor with the stock router built into my modem, so that is important. But down here I still get better signal penetration, which is good to know. I also have the ability to use this hardwired to my other devices if I so want to. I may in the living room hardwire this to my PS5, for example, just to make sure I get that extra little bit of speed. If you want to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and check these out on their website. Again, thanks to Taotronics for sending me one of these to check out. Thanks again for your patience as well. The move took me a little bit longer than I was anticipating. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. You can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you are looking to pick up any modern or retro gaming accessories, I know we didn't touch a whole lot on the gaming side besides, as I almost knock over some games, basically we're just focusing on the impact and performance on Wi-Fi. But the whole thing is to get better gaming performance for when we stream, for when we're playing online. So if you are looking for accessories for making your gaming setup even better, do me a favor and check out CastleManiaGames.com. My friend Ryan has got great items on his website from modern and retro gaming accessories, first-run games, and even movies. Plus, if you use promo code RockSolid10, you can save 10% off of most items on the website. And if you want to keep informed and up to date with everything that we have going on here, from new releases, new videos, new episodes, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. That way every time we upload new content, you are kept the most informed and up to date. Now, if you are looking for any other tips and tricks for how to improve your Wi-Fi network, how to cut the cord, how to get the most out of your gaming setups, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.